as we are having the oyster eating contest tonight. Good morning to you. Morning, Jerry.
Good morning. Hi.
Thunder on the Canal this evening.
Thunder on the Canal. And, the oyster eating contest has been a big main part of that.
It has.
Have you been one of the entrants or not? Are you one of the people eating?
No. I used to do the...
Never the eating, the MCing.
MCing.
He
which I've
talks
flipped.
a lot about stuff he's never done.
So, I've never competitively ate oysters.
I asked Jeff if they'd be mad at me if I showed up and had like 15 of them at a leisure pace, and I'm putting the Tabasco on each one. They're like, that guy's just here for the free meal. He said.
Yeah, these people, they want their spot. There's 8 contestants.
We got 6, plus then I always have been, over the last couple of years, leaving room for a walk-up.
Yeah.
So,
and there's always a walk.
Well, last year, winner was the walk-up.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, Rob Snyder, 147.
Oh, my gosh.
And
crazy.
so...
Even the small
5
ones,
minutes.
I can't fathom,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, it's incredible to think.
And
to
years
watch. It's amazing.
Even the smallest size, I don't know how they do it.
Well, the very first one, Dale was out there, and Dan the Man Gagnon was the winner. And we had the large or medium to large size.
Yeah, way
oysters.
bigger oysters than what
And he
these
always
now.
likes to put his asterisks on there, saying, if I got the smalls, I would have
had
gone
the record,
for 1,000, something like that.
So my most vivid memory starting that thing over the years, the first couple of years, was the post interview with the winner.
Yes.
And they smell like oysters. I mean, it's just
came out of the
Yes, ma'am.
permeating out of their pores and in their mouth, and it's all over them. And then some of them
That's what I should have done. Reminded the contestants to bring a change of clothes or a different shirt.
Oh.
And they have to. They got to kind of hold it down long enough to get the accolades. If they blew it right there on the stage or something, then it's all bets off.
Oh, yeah, that disqualifies.
It's never happened.
No.
But a couple minutes after, you find
a few
some.
minutes later, some of them
Where'd
go over
that
by the
winner
water.
go?
It's over by the water.
Really angry spouses if they get sick at home, right, when they get back from the festivities.
Dan says it was a long weekend after he won.
Oh, my God.
Sure.
So,
this year we have a husband and wife competing against each other.
okay, and we've had a father and daughter.
Yeah, and so I'm reminded of that one. She held the record for a very long time.
Yeah.
Denise Crozier was her name.
Yeah.
And she was from Centralia, and her dad competed against each
He
other.
was from Kitsap.
Yeah, and there have also been years where the stock of oysters was less, so we had to start calling the countdown early in the competition. But if we would have paced it to the 5-minute mark, some of these eaters would have gone probably over 200.
It's amazing. And they get 12 at a time. Wow. And they just...
The winner so Rob, I got in contact with Rob, the last year's winner. He's like, well, I was doing some research on the national champion. 7 minutes is the contest down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I swear he said 70 dozen.
Oh, my goodness.
So 10 dozen per minute.
Sure. Rob was working at about 2 a second. No, 1 every 2 seconds.
Now they're taking them out of
30.
the shell, right? I mean, they're already shelled.
Yeah. So one thing he said is he was going to bring for everybody, and he's like, well, what if we did this, and what if we did this? Hey, I'm always about trying new things. And he says, what if I bring little spoons, like oyster spoons, you know, for everybody? I said, well, you got to provide them to everybody. And then he goes, I think it would make it easier and faster.
Yeah.
So
but they're already shucked and loose on the shell. You just slurp them down. You don't have to break them.
Right. Yeah, you get in there. So
a grapefruit spoon.
Are you going to go?
Kind of like a grapefruit
be able
spoon.
to go tonight?
No, I wish I could. I'm tied up.
Yeah.
I wanted to be one of the
Tied up, is there something you want to tell us?
He's got big highfalutin Grapeview parties to go to.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. Been invited to a Grapeview party.
That's
tomorrow. Today. I got to work tonight, or else
So
I'd be that. I love oysters. So
Big Blue Van is playing, which is a great band.
Oh, yeah.
And then Encore, who has been that traditional after contest band that goes right up to the fireworks.
Right up to the fireworks.
Yeah.
And are you staying for the fireworks tonight?
I think Kaiser and Steph are coming.
Okay.
And so those.
Is it your buddy's company again?
I think so. Yeah. My friend is the pyrotechnician of choice out there.
Yeah.
So it's a fun one. How's it out on the canal? Everything big booming, or what's
Well, we had a party next door last weekend.
And now, these are normal livers, or are these renters, or?
Oh, they're the occasional
vacation
partiers.
homes And then on the 4th, I don't know. They're waiting till Saturday. So when the 4th falls in the middle of the week, we have at least 2 weekends full of activity plus the day, and the dogs, of course, go crazy. But the neighbor who lives there, his brother always brings a bunch of fireworks, and they shoot them off for about a half hour, 45 minutes at least. Boom, 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 and of course the big cakes and the whistling ones. I think the whistling ones bother the dogs.
Oh yeah. It drives them nuts.
We were talking yesterday that, the big boomers, they don't do anything. They just boom.
They just boom,
It's not like they're beautiful.
Yeah,
I like the raining stuff that comes down out of the sky.
Dale, these people that live just to the north of us who were firing off the fireworks, these people fire off those candle lanterns.
Yeah.
That just go up in the air.
Oh, they just
There's
float.
nothing but woods.
They can go miles.
Oh, sure. I know what you're talking about.
I've lit those off like we did in the Nevada desert where there was nothing to catch fire. But to do it in a forested county,
I'm going.
It's amazing. I dropped my jaw.
I couldn't believe they would do it.
It's like a mini hot air balloon.
Yeah, they're like little Chinese lanterns.
Yep.
Yeah.
And people write on the dedicate to deceased people. You can write whatever you want. They dissipate
they're
in the
cool,
atmosphere.
But they got. I mean, in this area,
I cannot believe
right now. I wouldn't.
And the
'cause
canal
they
wind.
Float. Yeah, they just float miles. They'll go miles and still be lit.
Well,
they
what
have
made
festivals.
me freak the most was in the morning they were flying a kite, and the kite wouldn't go out over the water. It was over the roof of my house, and so I'm going, oh my God!
Yeah.
Here comes, the wind. Of course, the winds change throughout the day, but it's like, please don't. Not in this area, set those things off because they go up and you have absolutely no control.
I got hit by one at the festival in Nevada. They couldn't get it to launch. And I felt this thing hit me, and I could feel the heat of it. They put it on Instagram. They go, this poor bald guy, I hit him in the head with this thing. And I saw it on Instagram because they hashtagged the event. And I go, that's me. I go, I'm the poor bald guy you hit with the thing.
So you're kind of famous now. Can we get your autograph?
I told them not to worry about it. They were like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry.
That's funny.
And I'm like, nah, it's okay. Accidents happen. But it's helpful when there's wind, some kind of current to lift those.
Lift it, please.
Yeah. Or otherwise they don't go very far at all.
We were talking to Chief Patty and Chief Moody last week about the fireworks, and we were talking about the pets that get lost.
Oh, yeah.
And how we traditionally see an uptick in calls and emails into the lost and found pets.
Sure.
Thankfully, now Facebook has got massive pages of Shelton Lost and Found, Mason County.
Yeah.
So you can do your pictures and your posts and really centralize some of those neighborhoods.
Yes.
Because these dogs, well, like they were saying, a dog, they're going to go there. If they get out, they're going to run to the next open garage.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're going to hunker down.
Yeah.
Right.
It's unbelievable. But watch your own dogs and you'll see that they do.
It's scary.
And the other thing, we normally in the evening take the collars off because the shaking of the rattling, they wake you up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But I don't on the days where we have the fireworks. I just leave them on because.
That's a good point.
If you recall when we did our doggone pets and all that gone, the biggest thing was I had him, the collar was off.
Yeah.
And so they didn't even have a collar on them. If they had a collar, then there was a
chance.
One level of opportunity to get your pet back, and then the other was the chip, if indeed people checked for a chip. So, anyway, it's kind of a fun kind of a time, but it's really a responsibility issue. With the fireworks in terms of, setting them off and the location and what happens after you set them off, and then, of course, the pets.
Well, you guys are picking up trash in your yard for days.
Yes.
Well,
finding bottle rockets and
the other thing, they shoot them out over the water, so that goes into the water. So
yeah, people don't think about that. It can't be good for the marine life and stuff.
Right.
Not to mention the pollution and stuff.
Yeah.
So Thunder on the Canal tonight and Tumwater tomorrow night. You mentioned.
Yeah,
and
Tumwater is out the golf course.
Is there a Friday night or a Saturday night?
No.
Display as anybody's aware of?
The other one in Thurston is the Lacey Show, and that's tonight as well. That's over by Lowe's, off College, and Ruddle.
Oh, yeah.
Around that area. So that's a pretty big show.
Yeah.
I remember we did that a couple years ago. And then
Yeah.
But Thunder on the Canal tonight and Tumwater tomorrow. Tumwater puts on a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Down at the golf course there. Yeah.
So,
all right. Well,
and no fireworks in Shelton. Yay.
Yeah, no fireworks in Shelton.
So we'll probably be boring for our neighbors. They've invited us over for the big blast, but we might
on Saturday.
On Saturday, we might.
They
bring
invite
the
you
dogs
over so you don't call the sheriff's office.
Yeah,
that's what we were saying with somebody. Well, that was with Moody again. We were asking him. We said, "Well, who do you call if your neighbors are doing this? Do you engage, or do you call law enforcement, non-emergency, emergency? What's the kind of stipulations?" And he says, "If you're not invited, then you call."
All right, I'm gonna use that for my barometer if they show up this weekend.
Yeah, but we may just take in a movie and. Late movie that night and bring the dogs, leave them in the car where there isn't fireworks, because it really
That's a good point.
Gets to be, man, I thought Coco was going to have a heart attack. She's getting older. The other night when the fireworks went off, she's getting older and just freaking out.
It's scary.
Sometimes the vets will give little tranquilizers,
We got some.
It's good to have money in.
Yeah. We try that too, but still, it's like they're still a little bit loud. So.
All right. Well, you guys have a good one.
Have a safe and sane and fun 4th of July.
Yeah.
You too.
Oysters.
It'll be a lot of fun tonight for sure.
All right. Have fun out there tonight.